been here before?
Get out!
Scooby Doo, please tell me that's your stomach. Not again!
Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, one of the most acclaimed incarnations of the Scooby Doo franchise. With its theatrical quality animation, mature writing, great voice acting, and a memorable soundtrack, it gained positive reviews from critics, hit video sales, and more series and videos starring the Cowardly Canine. You all know how much I love this movie, and I even admit it to be one of my favorite films. I did a whole retrospective on this film, so check it out in the link below. But today, we're going to talk about the new follow-up movie, Return to Zombie Island. It's laughable to think you could make a sequel to such an iconic first movie. What would you even do with it? But after finally watching it, well, let's review. It's important to know that this follows the events of the previous movie, Curse of the 13th Ghost. The gang are still pretty much retired from mystery solving, with the mystery machine being sold and all, and since they have no more to solve, the sheriff from the last movie suggests that they all go on a vacation, which takes place on a cruise to a tropical island run by Shaggy from a horror marathon hosted by TV's Elvira, who makes a brief cameo. For some reason, they don't at all question where is this tropical paradise they're heading. Shortly after arriving, they find out the island looks similar to Moonscar Island, which they visited many years before. In fact, it is. Turns out the whole trip was a ruse for a director to make a movie.
It's a movie about making a movie that makes us wish we were watching that movie instead of this movie.
Oh, and the director's name? Alan Smithy. Okay, that's pretty funny. But it turns out the cat creatures have also invaded the island. Nope, not Simone, Lena, and Jock, but new cat people who are after the treasure Morgan Moonscar and the pirates buried decades ago. The movie in no way reaches the cinematic quality of the first film, but at the same time I was interested in what was going to happen. I wanted to see what was the deal with these new zombies and cat people, and how the gang was going to get out of this. The result was a very mediocre but somewhat engaging Scooby adventure, with some memorable moments. One thing I liked was the opening credits scene. It featured silhouettes of the gang reminiscent of iconic moments from the original movie. This sequence may be better than the movie itself. The biggest problem is that it retcons the original a lot, which, seeing how they botched up the 13th Ghost continuity, I shouldn't have been so shocked.
What's a scrappy?
Ha ha, very funny, motherfucker!
For one, the gang are teenagers here, when in the first movie, as well as the other three films, they were young adults entering the workforce. In a flashback scene, Daphne mentions the original trip was for a school project. Also, they mentioned that Simone Lenoir's mansion was actually a hotel when it was anything but. There's also some other things that don't make sense, like why is Fred the only person to have a stunt double? What kind of director doesn't let his actors know they're filming a movie? Stuff like that. It also feels kind of mean to compare the animation of this one to the first movie, as the original was a huge production with stellar animation by now defunct Japanese studio Mook. It's still such a beautiful and gothic looking film. It's kind of infuriating it stayed direct-to-video instead of theatrical like it was originally intended. Now we got the animation done by Digital Emation, the same studio that's been doing the series since 2009. And you know what? They're no slouches either. You do have some nice line work, great colors, and nice backgrounds. And when they try to recreate scenes and locations from the first movie, it's not that bad. So the animation is still good, just not good for a proper Zombie Island sequel. Now let's get to the voice acting. While I think Frank Welker, Gray Delisle, and Matthew Lillard still do a great job voicing their characters, I really can't get into Kate McCooey as Velma. She's a great singer and I'm sure she's trying, but a lot of the inflections and deliveries just seem a bit off. Plus her voice gets kinda grating after a while, and it makes me really miss Mindy Cohn. Her character is no better. Much like the last movie, she's still an overbearing skeptic, and it's just as annoying here as it was then. They do add a bit at the end where it's revealed that the events of the past movie were real, and Velma's just being delusional or in denial. Oh yeah, the zombies from the last movie, according to Velma, They were the product of swamp gas. Yeah, swamp gas.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
The zombies and cat creatures are a joke. While the designs in the original were pretty creepy, these ones were just too soft and too cartoony to be taken seriously. The music is also kinda lackluster, not really having the epic orchestrations from Steve Bramson's original score. And let's not forget the chase songs. If you're looking for something on the same level as Terror Time Again, you come to the wrong place. While the first song is pretty bland, the second one is reminiscent of the chase songs from the original Where Are You series. I actually laughed when the song started. There are two scenes I actually liked. One is the cat attack scene, and the other is the big chase with the monster truck mystery machine. I thought those were really well done. Not to mention the fact that the director goes completely insane, and he actually burns down the ferry so no one would leave until the movie is done. No one even calls him out on it. He even takes the Moonscar treasure for himself. Once in a while there's a line that gets a laugh out of me, and some Easter eggs for longtime Scooby fans. So yeah, at the end of the day, is it worth getting angry over? I suppose not. It's pretty obvious what this is. It kinda reminds me of the Disney live action remakes, a cheap cash grab banking on a superior product. I feel like this was a movie that could have been made during the What's New era. There I can buy the gang being older. If you're looking for something that has the spirit of the original film, you're definitely not gonna get that here. But if you're curious, it does have its moments. Other than that, I would say stick to the first movie. What did you think of the movie? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'm 47 Cartoon Guy, and I gotta fly. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe to my channel. You can also take a look at my other videos. And if you want to support my channel, you can donate to my Patreon. Take a look around, and I'll see you later.